Start, bench, cut. We are talking massive names. We're going to be comparing Jamar Chase, Jefferson, Malik, for example. Who should you be starting? Who should you be cutting? And who should you be benching? Huge debate show, lots of fun. And this is really going to help you with your fantasy football draft strategy because we'll be doing a deep dive, talking about these players, what's going on, giving you the update. Also talking about some latest news notes with Breaking Brad. I'm ready to dive in. We got the wise and wonderful Walter. WWW is on the show.
That's right. Thank you for having me on again. I can't wait to do this game. It's obviously a play on F, Marry, Kill, which is a lot of fun. So I was looking at the names you came up with. There's some really good ones. So it should be a good debate.
It's going to be a tight race. It's going to be fun. I'm ready to dive in. We're going to go like 10 rounds of this. So if you guys are in the car, buckle up, grab a coffee, a beverage of your choice, whatever you're doing. And I'm ready to dive in. We are full flow fantasy football. If you're new to the channel, smash thumbs up. We are close to 100K, Walter. 100K. We're so close. So I'm asking everybody to hit the subscribe button. Go tell your grandmother to hit the subscribe button, your grandfather, whoever's around. Tell them to go hit the subscribe button. Let's get to the 100K. I want the balloons and I want the plaque. Let's go. It's been a long time coming, so subscribe, thumbs up, and do grab that 16-round draft solution. I'm telling you, it'll give you an ironclad roster. I won't say much about it other than you just got to experience it because rankings won't help you. Walter, we just had it a couple days ago. We pulled up the first 3 rounds of last year's draft. We did a mock draft last year. I put that screenshot up and like 15 busts in those first 3 rounds. So I make sure you mitigate the risk of getting those busts and making sure you have the optimal players. So grab 16 rounds. You'll be light years ahead of the sheep. So speaking of sheep, Connor may make an appearance today. I'm warning everybody. What do you think of that? Are you excited to meet Connor again?
Well, I'm not in my kitchen, so I'm not as excited if he shows up. I actually planned to have like a fork and a knife, but I'm down here in the basement because my daughter might come home. She's only 2, so she might be asleep. So I'm relegated to the basement. But look, anytime I can interact with Connor is great. I showed it to my daughter, and as soon as, no offense, Joe, as soon as you came back on the screen, she's like, no, back. She wanted to see Connor again.
Connor is a character, but I want to make you aware of who Connor is. People don't know, just tuning in. He is you don't know this. I don't think you even know this. He is the leader of the Consheepsis. So he's not just a sheep. He's not just a guy with a bow tie looking good. He's the leader of the Consheepsis. He's the guy that brings all these bad rankings together. He's the guy or the sheep for it, right? So now you're aware. He's a leader, even though sheep don't lead. Does that make sense now?
It's contradictory, but I guess, yeah, it does make sense.
It's an oxymoron.
Someone has to lead the sheep, right?
It's an oxymoron, right? It doesn't make sense. Okay. So Breaking Brad is here, and he's got a different type of message today. Here he is.
It is with great urgency that we bring you these following messages.
We now have breaking news.
It is with great urgency that we bring you these following messages.
All right, Brad, we get the picture here. All right, calm down. Calm down. All right.
A lot of energy from Brad today.
It comes with great urgency that we bring you these following fantasy football messages. And it does come with great urgency because people are sleeping on, in the news here, more news about my guy, the guy that I had on my show a month ago. I'm going to start putting those videos, blasting them everywhere. The video of me and Dante Thornton back in when did we do this? Back in July. Is there anything you want to say to people that want to consider drafting you later in drafts? Like how confident, where's the confidence level? Dante.
I'm very confident in it. You know, if you take a chance on it, it might work out for you.
Because now there's news that they're saying he has been one of the, quote, shining stars of camp in the opinion of a writer here who writes that Thornton has been the size and speed to be a vertical threat. He also adds that Thornton has scored a touchdown on the first play of the red zone period on Monday, August 4th, and he could fill, quote, a significant role in the Las Vegas offense. Not just a significant role, I'm talking wide receiver 1. Myers is not a wide receiver 1. When will people understand, you said it the best, he's a good player. I don't want to knock the guy. He's a good player. He's not ultra elite talent. He's not a Jamar Chase. He's not a Justin Jefferson. Am I saying that Thornton is? No, but could he be? I don't know, but I like the upside, and I like that I could take this guy and steal him at the end of the draft. But more and more, Walter, I'm finding that his ADP is going to start creeping up as people start finding out more, right?
Oh no, you're absolutely right. A month ago, I was taking Thornton in like 18th round, like automatically, and then suddenly people started taking him there. I'm like, okay, let me get him in the 16th round every time, and that worked for a few weeks. And now people are taking him there, so now it's like 14th round. I just lock in Dante Thornton every time. Like there are 3 guys whenever I do a best ball draft, and I've done 144 of them. There are 3 guys I want in every draft. Thornton is one of them. Like 14th round, I just take him every time.
So you're noticing in best ball that Thornton's coming off in 14th round now?
Yeah. Like I said, about a month and a half ago, it was like 18th round. So he's definitely 4 rounds. Yeah.
Okay, that's why I like to draft early, and I got him everywhere. Travis Hunter's listed as a starter at both wide receiver and cornerback on the team's first unofficial depth chart. What I was reading is like he's like 3rd string as a corner or something. And I'm probably butchering this. And I think he's obviously with the first team rep. He's like wide receiver 1-2, right beside Brian Thomas Jr. So I think he's going to get a lot of wide receiving reps. And I'm hearing he's looking phenomenal. Like he's unguardable in camp. Well, I'm liking him, man. He's enough. He's exciting enough that I'm fading Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas, round 1. Are you doing the same? Are you fading Brian Thomas because of this lethal, this amazing player?
Sorry. I would take Thomas like early round 2. And it depends who's available. I don't like the back end of the first round. Like there's so many guys there that I'm like, like a Puka Nacua, he's being overdrafted. I would definitely take Thomas over him, for example. And you have older running backs like Derrick Henry, like people are taking him late first round. So I'll definitely take Thomas over him. So it depends on who's available. So I'll take him like between 111 and 204 or something like that. But I would rather have other options. So
I'm fading Brian Thomas. I really am. I may get Hunter in best ball. I want to talk also, our guy, Kyren Williams, was on the show last year. Congrats to Kyren Williams. Signs, a 3-year, 33 mil, is it?
Yeah, 3 for 33. Cool for him because they drafted running backs in the 3rd and 4th round the past 2 years. So there are some people who are like, are they going to fade him? Is he going to fade away in the offense? So it doesn't seem that way.
I'm really happy for him, and this secures the RB1 role, and I've got him in my big money league. I'm really excited about Kyren. I've got a lot of Kyren stock everywhere. Sign me up for a big year and a lot of volume. I don't see anyone else taking that volume away. Congrats, Kyren Williams, who's on the show. When we asked him, we said, Kyren Williams, should we draft you? And he says, is an elephant heavy? So I like his attitude. I like him. He's a man of faith, just a great guy. Love Kyren Williams, man of Jesus. He's my guy. All right. Also, I want to talk here, Walter. This is a guy I keep talking about. Don't draft Justin Fields. And I think the Concheapses believe that they can draft this guy and think he's going to be Jalen Hurts or something like that. That's the way they said to me, like, not to me, but I've been listening and I hear people say to me, Joe, if I fade, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, can I get Justin Fields and be fine? No, you cannot do. Years to wow me, we're not wow. Listen to this, Walter. I just read this recently, came out yesterday actually. 15 for 43 in passing, 0 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. 35% completion percentage. That's how he's looked in the past, I don't know how many days of training camp. Last 3 practices of training camp, those were his stats. That's embarrassing, dude. Embarrassing.
Those are good numbers if you're like Anthony Richardson and you're trying to improve your completion percentage, but those are pretty bad. Luckily, Fields can run, and so he has the sort of floor, but he could get benched ultimately. So I would like to get one of the top 5 quarterbacks. Like there are 5 elite quarterbacks this year, and then there's like a huge drop off. Yeah. It's pretty rare to see something like that. So I usually want to make sure I get one of those top 5 guys. Yeah,
I've anchored my team with Josh Allen, then I got a good backup. And that's what 16 rounds make sure that you do, okay? Other news here, I don't like this guy at all. I don't trust him. I'll kind of give you a quick backstory on this. The guy I'm talking about is Kenneth Walker. Foot issues, did not participate Monday, August 4th. He missed the last 3 practices because of a foot injury. This goes back to his rookie year when I had him. And he had this sideline injury. He went to the sideline. He grabbed his leg. It was a non-contact. I think it was like a hammy or an ankle or something like that. Achilles. I don't know what it was. We're going back to his rookie year. And I posted on social media that he should be ashamed of himself. And he blocked me. And ever since then, I'm just like, dude, I don't like you. And I'm not drafting you. And sure enough, he just continues to confirm my suspicions of him. He's not trusting at all. I don't trust his durability. I don't.
Yeah, neither do I. He's soft. I have no desire to draft a player like that. I barely drafted him. I said before I want to make sure I get one of like 3 players in every draft. Zach Charbonnet is one of the other guys. He's going like 10th round. I think he's going to start some games this year at least because of Walker's durability. But I think there's a good chance Walker's going to be traded because Seattle's going to be terrible this year, and Walker's in his contract year. So it makes sense. If the team needs a running back, they might offer something for Walker if he's healthy at the time, and then second half of the year, Charbonnet could just go off. And we saw him have some big performances last year.
Yeah, he's breathing down his neck. A couple other things here. I want to just get to the show here because it's so much fun. Ladd McConkey, undisclosed, did not participate on Monday, August 4th. Okay, we know that. He just, again, what is that injury? Like, he's day-to-day, and the team does not want to rush him back because they want to make sure he's 100% for the season. Not a good look, man. Not a good look for the donkey. For second-round pick.
Yeah, luckily it's a little early. He should be able to play week 1, but we discussed this before. He's going a little too early in drafts. Like, he should be going 3rd round, not second.
And we got some football coming up Thursday, August 7th. Apparently, Joe Burrow and other big name players will play several series in the preseason opener Thursday, August 7th. So that's really good. We're going to get some starters this Thursday, which is coming up, which is tomorrow. Exciting stuff, man. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's exciting until someone gets hurt and they're not for the year. And then coaches are like, oh, yeah, we shouldn't play these guys in these meaningless games. They're doing this because the Bengals, they always start like 0-2. So I get it. But like they started 0-2 a few years ago, went to the Super Bowl. So I don't really see what the big deal is.
Walter, I'm all about like playing your players regardless. I know it's a risk of injury and I get it. And the preservation is good, but they got to like ramp up. Like you go in week 1 and you got to have some reps in because that speed and that, when you're in an actual NFL game and you've been off, there's gonna be some cage rust. And if your guys aren't warmed up, last thing you want to do is go lose the first 2 or 3 games and your record's 0-3 to start the season simply because you're not warmed up. So you got to find that balance. And I think they're not playing players enough. I think they just, if you go back 15, 20 years ago, people would play the preseason games. Like, I don't remember players sitting this much. Why are you coddling these players? I think they should play more. Honestly,
they used to have 6 preseason games, which is a little crazy. But no, like you're right. Like 15 years ago, it used to be like, okay, first game, 2 series, second game, you play a quarter and a half. Third game, you play a half and like a drive after in the third quarter, and then 4th series, maybe they'd sit or maybe they play 1 or 2 drives. The problem was like in 2003, I think this has changed everything. Michael Vick got hurt in the preseason game, and the coach got fired because of it. And so I think coaches are now scared to do it. They just don't want to lose their jobs. If the players play in the preseason, they do a lot better in weeks 1 and 2, but the coaches are just terrified to lose their players. And they get blamed by the media. So what they should do is just have 1 preseason game so all the players can play in that 1 game. Because right now what you have is like, the Bengals are going to play their starters, but they're going to play against backups because like the other team might want to play their starters in the next preseason game. So like if you just condense it to like 1 game, then all the starters would play in that 1 preseason game and it would just be even.
Absolutely. I think they just need to get more playing time. They're just not doing it. So, All right, let's get to it, man. Let's go. Let's get to the game. Are you going to start them? Are you going to bench them? Or are you going to cut them? This is huge. Like, cut them off your team. You don't want them on your roster. You got to make a decision, and I want to make it interactive in the comments below. So drop a question below, smash thumbs up, subscribe, and make this interactive. So let's get to it here. First one here. Are you ready to go, Walter? Jamar Chase. And we're going to try to keep people kind of similar at their ADP to make this really competitive and exciting. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors. Jefferson dealing with that hamstring injury. He's kind of on the chopping block for me when I see these 3 guys. Malik Neighbors, Jefferson, Jamar Chase. What are you doing? Are you going to start them? Are you going to bench them? Or are you going to cut them?
They should play that music every time players cut. just see the reactions to it. For me, it started Jamar Chase. He's the safest guy. Like he's going 101 in most best ball drafts. I personally would go with a running back, but of these 3, he's the safest one. I love Malik Neighbors, but the toe injury scares me a little bit. Like late in the year, if the Giants are awful, which if you look at the Giants' schedule, I was talking about this with a professional gambler, a friend of mine. He was like, I can't find a win on the Giants' schedule except at Saints, maybe. Like they have the toughest schedule in the NFL for a bad team. So So, like, if they're like 2-12 in week 14, do they just shut Neighbors down? Like, I would be a little worried, but I'm still drafting him. I like Neighbors a lot. Jefferson's going before Neighbors, and he has this hamstring injury. He may not be ready week 1, so he's a cut for me. So, what do you think?
I love Neighbors this year. Obviously, the injury concern a little bit, but Jefferson is the 100%. This is tough, man. I feel that Jefferson's got to go down at some point, and then you've got the question mark at the quarterback position. So I'm different from you. I think Malik's going to be a top guy. I think the volume's going to be there. I only see him going up, and he has such a good year. A lot of targets, 170 plus targets. Is that duplicatable? Probably not. But he's the only guy there. He doesn't have a Higgins to contend with. So just because he doesn't have a Higgins to contend with, and quarterback feels a little more secure than Jefferson, I'm going to be starting Malik. I'm going to be benching Jamar Chase, and I'm going to be cutting Justin Jefferson. There he goes. Bye, Jefferson. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
If Neighbors didn't have this toe injury, I'd be on board completely as start Neighbors. I love Neighbors.
All right, so we got a couple differences of opinion here. Let us know in the comments below. Who are you starting, benching, cutting? Let us know. All right, next one here. I'm excited to dive in. Some quarterback action here, and it's kind of mid-round guys. Justin Herbert, who has stated and come out and said, hey, I'm going to run more. I want more plays where I can run the ball. They've got Hampton there, who's going to be running the ball as well. They've got Trey Harris. They've got QJ. They got Lambert Smith. They got some receivers this year, dude. They got Gaddiston. I think he's going to throw more. I'm excited about Herbert. Then you got Caleb Williams, great offense. I don't trust Caleb Williams, but you got the rushing upside, right? And you got Bo Nix, who apparently is stepping up and doing better this year, doing well in camp from what I'm hearing, was a top guy. It's a tough one, but for me, it's pretty easy. Do you want me to go first on this one, or do you want to go?
Yeah, we could rotate, so you can go first.
All right, I'm definitely starting Bo Nix. I feel the upside's there, the talent is there. I like the addition of Pat Bryant. I like Cortland Sutton solidifying his position. The offense is going to look good. Bo Nix to start the season out. I'm going to bench Herbert to see how he goes as he has advertised. I'm 100% cutting Caleb Williams. I don't trust this guy. I just don't trust him. He's giving me Anthony Richardson vibes from last year where everybody was drafting him top 4 overall. And I said, don't draft Richardson. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. For some reason, everyone's drafting him. When you look at guys that are unproven, I don't like him at the quarterback position. I like more security at the quarterback position. I feel like I'm getting that more with these guys. So Caleb Williams, see you later. You're like, stop with that voice. Stop with that sound. I don't want to hear it. I'll do it a couple more times, okay? I'm getting it out of my system. So what about you?
We're in complete lockstep here. Bo Nix, I think he's going to do much better this year. He has a really good offensive line in front of him. He's got some upgraded receivers. They drafted Pat Bryant. And then Troy Franklin apparently is looking pretty good.
I heard.
So, yeah he might be like the receiver too there. As far as Justin Herbert, I like him too. The Chargers defense, they might have the worst defense in the NFL except for the Bengals. So they're going to have to throw more this year with a tougher schedule. So he's right there with Bo Nix. Like it's pretty close to me. But I think Bo Nix, he runs more than Herbert, even though Herbert said he wants to run more. So that's kind of like the tiebreaker. And then Caleb Williams, I really don't trust this guy. I was drafting him a little bit earlier in the summer just because, improved offensive line, Ben Johnson being there. They drafted some weapons. So I thought maybe he could take the next step. But from all accounts, he's looked awful in training camp. So I'm not like totally surprised by that.
We got Breaking Brad waving. He's in the studio. I'm actually looking at him right now. He's waving at me. He's like, Joe, I want my opinion. He's got a sign up. He's saying, I want to dive in on this. He wants to.
He had more energy today. Look at this guy.
He's jumping up and down for a 70-year-old plus man. I mean, he's doing more than Bill Belichick is smashing, young. I mean, maybe we should get Brad hooked up with a young one too. What do you think?
Yeah, why not? Double dates sounds pretty good. like to hear what happens there.
So let's get his opinion on this. Justin Herbert, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Breaking Brad. What are you doing? Who's starting? Who's benching? Who's cut? Let's hear it.
We now have breaking news.
That's it. There he goes. He's a man of few words. But I interpret that as he's going Bo Nix, Herbert bench, and Caleb sit. Bo Nix to start. So that's what I can translate for him. I've known him long enough, Walter, that I could translate this conversation. All right, so he's on the same page as us. Good for him. All right, more QB talk. Since we're on this QB train, let's keep rolling with it. This is interesting. Later round, I know who you're going to go here because I know you're a Penix guy, but you got Penix, Cam Ward, and Geno Smith. Start, bench, cut. Start, bench, cut. Later round quarterbacks. Obviously, all these guys should be considered backups if you're drafting 16 round style. Your thoughts on these three?
Well, I start Cam Ward. I've drafted Cam Ward more than any other quarterback this summer. He's in 27% of my teams.
I like it.
Part of that is because he's going like 13th, sometimes 14th round, and I think that's kind of crazy. Like, this guy can run around, and of these three, like, he definitely has the most mobility. He's very accurate too. Like, people kind of underrate him for that, and I think that, like, people might say, "Oh, this is an underwhelming draft." He wouldn't have been the top pick the year before. And while that's true, he's still, I think, a really good prospect. I think that people are underrating him. So I love Cam Ward, especially for where he's going. Penix is a bench. He's not too bad. If I get Penix, I'm not like too upset by it. But he said himself that they're going to try to run the ball as much as possible. So that's part of the reason why you should be drafting Bijan Robinson, number one. And then Geno Smith is a cut for me. The Raiders also want to run as much as possible, and Geno Smith, while like he can be efficient at times, and he'll have some good games here and there, but overall, he's just pretty underwhelming fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love Cam Ward this year for sure. And Geno Smith, I was just reading today, I'm going to butcher the quote. Because again, when I say I'm going to butcher quotes, because I don't want to like misquote exactly what they said. So I give you the gist of kind of what they're saying. Because I got like, if you see my phone, Walter, like I literally have 1,000 notifications. Like, just let me give you a quick, hold on, where's my thing here? You got to get an idea here. Like, I just scroll, like I got so many things coming across my feed. But I was reading something along the line of like Geno Smith saying like, you better not sleep on us. You have no idea how good our team is. Like, and a lot of people are sleeping on the Raiders. I'm not. I see the value. I see Thornton there. I see Genty there. I see Geno Smith. I see a totally new offense. This is not the same offense from last year. And that's a big reason I'm fading Brock Bowers. But that's a whole other discussion because the volume won't be there. He's not going to be force-fed, right? So I look at it. I don't trust Penix yet. I really just don't. I'm going to start Ward. I've got him as a backup in a bunch of leagues. Bench Geno Smith, see if that offense really takes off. And Michael Penix, I don't know. They only have one receiver in Drake London. Contract year, you got Kyle Pitts. Contract year, I don't know, man. I don't know about this offense 100%. So I'm cutting Penix.
Yeah, I could see it going either way. Like I said, I have Cam Ward in 27%. I have Penix in 3%, and then I have Geno Smith in 3%. So it's tied for me. Like I'm just not drafting Penix or Geno Smith. It's all Cam Ward for me.
All right, let's move on to some tight end action here. What round are we in? 1, 2. We're in round 4. We got 10 rounds of this stuff. It's fun stuff. I like talking. Sam Laporta, George Kittle, Trey McBride. This one looks pretty easy to me based on consensus rankings. This is where I'm waiting on tight end anyway. I'm looking at rookies at tight end. And if you want all the rookies, grab the 16-round draft solution, all the breakouts, how I'm stacking my tight ends in regards to redraft and best ball particularly. I'm not investing high draft capital in tight ends if we're talking strategy here. But when you look at these three, Walt, what are you thinking here?
Trey McBride is the number one. He's the start guy. I mean, he's so athletic. He only scored 2 touchdowns last year. You figured, like, I don't think he's ever going to be a touchdown machine, but like if he scores like 6 touchdowns and like he's going to look a lot better. He and Harrison are the 1A, 1B in that offense. And there's really no one else. Like, who else do they have? Like Michael Wilson. They have no one else. So like Kyler Murray only has 2 guys to throw to. McBride is just a big target guy over the middle of the field where Harrison's just downfield. So I like McBride as a start. Bench is George Kittle. He's 32. There could be regression. It'll help if McCaffrey goes down because then his targets will go up. But if by chance McCaffrey stays healthy, which I don't see, but if that happens, then Kittle's going to see some of those targets go away. And I'm cut with Sam Laporta. I'm anti all Detroit Lions this year. I told you before. I don't expect Detroit to make the playoffs. I think that they have so many things wrong on the team right now. I am going 9-8. So it's in my season preview. If you want to read about it, it's on the site. But like I'm just not touching any Detroit players except for maybe Jahmyr Gibbs. I like a couple guys before him in the first round. Other than that, just stay away from all Detroit players.
Yeah, I'm going Trey McBride start. I'm going bench Kittle, and I'm going to cut Laporta. I just think there's too much target dilution there. They're saying Jameson Williams is looking good, more that way, and then you've got Gibbs lining up as a receiver, more that way. I mean, Laporta could do better than last year. His ADP is much better than that second round that everybody jumped on. I think Trey McBride becomes the 2 this year. I think Harrison really does have a better season, becomes and solidifies that 1. And then Kittle, again, he kind of had a good year last year simply because there was a lot of injuries there. But did you notice the way I spelled Trey? I did that on purpose. I wanted to see if people notice. I fixed it now. I had a TRE for Trey Harris because I've got him on my mouth.
Well, whenever I post, so I make that mistake sometimes. The problem is there used to be a Trey McBride receiver who was just TRE. So like, I'll have his picture up and it'll be like this like skinny black guy, and people are like that's not Trey McBride from the tight end for the Cardinals. So yeah, you have to get that correct.
But isn't Trey spelled with an A? TRAY?
That's the that's the Hawks guard. That's how he spells it. So I feel like there are a lot of ways to spell Trey. You know, it's like Sean. Okay. You know, they SEAN, SHAWN. You know,
I never stood. And again, no offense to people that actually I am offending you. No offense to people that said SEAN. It looks like scene, right? Like SC, like, but there's no scene. SC. It's SC. Yeah. ENE. I don't know, man. English is a messed up language. I'm telling you, the way things are spelt and pronounced are just like knife. Like who? Like knife. Like why is there a K there? There's no K. And it's funny because my daughter's 8. And she was actually, because she had the Nintendo Switch, and she's like, I want to get a demo. I'm like, what's a demo? And she's like, I want to get a game that's a demo so I could try it out. Like, because it's a demo, but she's pronouncing it demo because that's what it looks like. I'm like, you're absolutely right. It's demo. It's not demo. Right? It looks like a demo, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So my ancestors are Russian. So in Russian, you actually say everything exactly how it's spelled. There's no tricks or anything.
I like that. I like that.
The problem is like some of the words like 18 letters long, and it's just like, okay, you need to cut it down a little bit. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going here. Brian Thomas Jr., Lad the Donkey. Who's that? Lad the Donkey and Drake London. I don't know, man. I've got my answer for this. I think you went first last time, so I think I should take this. I'm starting Drake London because there's nobody else there. I'm gonna bench Brian Thomas Jr. because I got to see how that's going to go because I really feel that Travis Hunter is the better, more talented receiver, but we'll see. And then I'm cutting the Donkey because I just think there's way too much target dilution. He's way overinflated. I got Trey Harris later. So that's easy for me. Like I see that. Like I'm a visionary and I see Drake London's going to be the guy that's going to be most fed here.
So I'm start Brian Thomas Jr. I'm not drafting Drake London. I did a video last night on like fantasy receivers I'm not drafting, and like I drafted Drake London once out of 144 drafts. I just like other players in the second round a lot more.
Hold on, Connor's coming in here. Hold on, he's gonna have a word with you. Continue here. We're gonna get Connor on.
Oh, I'm not consensus on London at all. Like I'm the guy not drafting London. He's going second round. I wouldn't draft him in the second round. I think that like like I said, Penix said that he wants to run the ball a lot and said he's going to get the ball to Bijan a lot. So the problem with Drake London is like if you're talking redraft, I like him a lot more. But if you're talking best ball, which is I haven't drafted in best ball, there's not as much upside. But there's more upside with AJ Brown. There's more upside to Brian Thomas Jr. So that's why he's the start for me. I think Brian Thomas Jr. is an insane athlete. Like he was my number one sleeper last year, and I'm not going to give up on him. I think that like if he goes mid first round, that's kind of a little early, but like late first round, early second round, mid second round, I like Thomas a lot. So he's start for me. Drake London's I don't hate him. Like I said in redraft, I like him a lot more, but in best ball, I'm just not a fan of him. So he's a bench for me. And McConkey, just we said before, like he's going like a little bit too early, like half a round too early. I would take him in the third round. Second round's no go for me.
So who are you cutting here?
I would cut McConkey.
Okay. So Connor wants to say hi. He's actually stepped into the office here. Oh, Walter, I love the Brian Thomas. I love it because the counselor doesn't want him because he was his last year's favorite pick as wide receiver. Now everyone's drafting him round 2, including you. So I love it.
Let's go, Connor. You and I are going to win our fantasy leagues because we have Brian Thomas Jr. Actually, I always say that you can't win early. You can only lose. I think Thomas. I love the Jacksonville offense. Thomas, Hunter, and I've drafted both. I've drafted Thomas, Hunter, and then I drafted Lawrence.
Okay, shut up. Let me talk now. Okay,
go ahead.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the donkey because I like animals. You can tell, right? So I'm starting Glad the Donkey. I'm going to bench Brian Thomas Jr. because I think I love him. And I'm going to fade London. Why? Because the counselor says I'm doing the opposite of what he does. That's all.
It's like George Costanza, do the opposite, except you're going to lose your league instead of win.
Connor, I think that tie is it's cutting your circulation off a little bit. Shut up. Okay, so now he's getting a little bit rude, and he gets a little bit. Why do you have such a temper, Connor? Shut up. Okay, there we have it. So I guess he doesn't want to talk right now. Do you have any last words for everybody? Shut up. Okay.
Pretty rude today. Brad is all the energy.
Nasty.
Connor woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I think
He is nasty today. I didn't want. I guess my kids watch this video later because lately they've been going on YouTube. They're old enough to navigate through YouTube. I've got some settings on there so they can not go to the inappropriate channels. But they turn to my channel. I don't want any swearing on my channel since my kids now tune into my stuff. So
yeah.
All right. Let's move on here. We got Sutton Ridley and Rashee Rice. Okay, this is an interesting one. Those mid-pack receivers. And ADP wise, I think Rashi's the guy highest here, isn't he? Which I don't think he should be, but
he's all over the place. Some drafts I've done, he's gone third round. Some drafts I've done, he's gone late fifth. Like he's just all over the place. I don't understand it.
He's just not even on my radar. I don't even care where he's coming off because I just don't trust him. I think this way. I heard Noah Gray was doing good in camp, and then you've got Kelsey, then you've got Worthy a little bit banged up here and there, and then you got all these options, man. Pacheco, he's running angry. Just a lot of just target dilution and uncertainty at this position. I don't know, man. And then you have Hollywood. Isn't Hollywood Brown still there? I think he was banged up. I just heard that he's looking to come back. He was hurt, right? I was just reading it right now. Something came across my feed with that guy.
Yeah, I feel like he's always hurt. I don't know. I don't really trust anyone in Kansas City outside of Rice. But the problem is Rice might be suspended, so you just don't know. Like
we don't know.
I've heard opinions of like as far as up to 6 games, and then some people I've talked to said I don't think he's going to be suspended. So I really don't understand how to draft Rice, especially like third round, the fourth round. That's kind of crazy. But now if fifth round comes around, then I start to get interested. But now, I mean, here Calvin Ridley is the start for me. I love Calvin Ridley. I'm kind of pairing him with Cam Ward. Ridley had the most unrealized air yards last year, just like. Problem was his quarterbacks are so awful they couldn't get the ball to him. The receiver who had the most unrealized air yards the year before was Terry McLaurin, and we saw what he did last year. So I feel like Ridley could have the same sort of jump in production that McLaurin had from 2023 to 2024. So Ridley for me is the start. I think Rice is the bench. If Rice were to come out and not have a suspension, I would be all over this guy. I think he's a monster. He's so good. And you mentioned the other guys, like Kelsey's done. Like he is just an awful player at this point, just not doing anything. He's acting now, and he's an awful actor, and he's like worse as a player than he is as a
bad actor. Yeah,
terrible. Why was he in Happy Gilmore too? It's just awful. Xavier Worthy, he's a great athlete, but he's not like a great football player. And then Hollywood Brown's like 1,000,000 years old. Like I like it's Rice. Rice is just a fantastic like route runner. He just gets open all the time. I like him, but I just don't trust him just to stay like out of trouble. So he is the bench for me. And Sutton is the cut. I don't mind Sutton, but he's coming off a career year. Like his numbers should maybe go down. Probably, they might have more leads because they're going to be a better team, so they might run the ball more. Plus, some other receivers are stepping up, like Franklin and maybe Pat Bryant, and then Sutton. He's 30 now, so he could be in decline. So he's the cut for me.
But he just got paid, so like I don't know why they paid him that much. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I thought that was an overpay, but I have a guest on my show on Wednesday. He runs a site called thecapisfake.com, and like the salary cap is 100% fake. Like he goes into it and it's like just be like the Eagles, overpay everyone, then just kick the can down the road. It doesn't matter.
All right, I'm gonna start Ridley. I'm gonna bench Sutton, and I'm gonna cut Rice. There you go. Let's move on here. Some rookies here, and I think McMillan is way overrated here, so I'm gonna rip right through this. Emeka Egbuka, Trey Harris, and McMillan. I mean, in regards to this, I'm cutting McMillan. I don't trust that offense. I am starting Trey Harris, and I'm benching Emeka for a big breakout. That's my thoughts. And I don't know who. I think it was Connor because he's the leader of the Conchiefs. Came up with this theory that McMillan should just be the number one rookie. like who decides that? Like the Carolina guy is going to be the number one rookie you should draft in fantasy based on ADP. Like that is just horse. You know what? Like it doesn't make sense to me. What are you doing here?
I'm 100% cutting McMillan. Like he's just so overrated right now, especially for where he's going. He's going like 4th, 5th round. It's like, I don't know if I'd take him in the 8th round. Like he said himself that he doesn't love football. So like, why would you take a guy?
McMillan said this?
McMillan said he doesn't love football. Yeah. He feels like he's just doing this for the money. And like that, I feel like that has never worked before.
No, you got to do it because you love it. There's a passion behind it. That's crazy. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. I don't like McMillan at all. I'm starting him Ibuka. I love Ibuka. I think he's a fantastic talent, and Godwin is nowhere near playing. Mike Evans is 32. He has chronic hamstring injuries, and obviously, the older you get, the more prone you are to these sort of things. So, if Evans goes down and Godwin's not there, suddenly Ibuka is the number one receiver in an offense that's explosive. So, I love Ibuka. I bench Trey Harris. Just because there are so many other guys there. Like Keenan Allen visited there, so you might have to worry about him. I do like Keandre Lambert-Smith. I talked about him on the show a few times. Even though he was drafted 5th round, whereas Harris was 2nd, I think that Lambert-Smith is really talented, and so there's going to be some competition there. So, definitely start Ibuka and then bench Harris, cut McMillan.
Yeah, we both agree on McMillan. Bye-bye, McMillan. See ya.
We now have breaking news.
There you go. This one's a really good one. I get this asked all the time, but they tend to put Caleb Johnson in here. I've been doing Harvey and Caleb, and between those, I'm torn. But you can get Harvey and then get Caleb later, so it's not really the same ADP. But these guys are close. I think Hampton comes off as early as round 2, which I see now. And I don't know if you heard this, but I was talking to Tim. I heard news that Najee Harris is walking laps, and they don't know when his timetable to return is. That guy is, I don't want to swear, but I think he's screwed. His eye is done. I don't know. I can't, and he's wearing sunglasses and street clothes. Something's up. They're not telling us, right? So Hampton's going to be the starter. I'm assuming that Najee's not even going to play. He's going to be a Pirate somewhere. And then you got RJ Harvey and you got Travion Henderson. I'm 100%. If Najee's gone, I'm 100% starting Hampton. Got to start him. I'm benching Harvey, and I got to cut Henderson. Although, that being said, there's a caveat to this. Henderson has been absolutely tearing up training camp. Okay, so the only problem I have with Henderson is he's on the Patriots, and I don't trust that offense as much as the other guys. So Hampton, Harvey, Henderson, cut. But this is a tough one. Don't you agree?
Yeah, you know what the crazy thing is with Hampton with Najee Harris? It's Jim Harbaugh said, he can now walk around and do laps walking, and it's he wasn't allowed to do that a couple of days ago. So
Good point.
how far away is this guy from playing? He is he joked about him being a Pirate. I think he is closer to being a Pirate than being a football player at this point. Maybe Breaking Bad can break a story tomorrow saying then Najee Harris has joined the Pirates or something.
Pirates of the Caribbean, the new movie.
Exactly. Yeah, he's going to be the next one. No, Hampton absolutely start for me. He's going to be a monster this year. The Chargers' offensive line is great. They signed Becton. That offense is going to be explosive, and they're going to be behind, so he's going to be catching passes. We know he can catch passes. So Hampton is he's going late 2nd round sometimes now, but he's still going on occasion mid 3rd. Every time he goes into the 3rd round, I take him without even thinking. Sure. I'm benching Travion Henderson. I love Henderson too. It's a tough one to even say benching Henderson. He's one of my favorite players in the 5th, 6th round turn. He's one of the best pass protectors in the NFL, and you always hear about that in rookies where it's he may not play a lot until he's good at pass protection. He is one of the best pass protecting running backs, period, in the NFL right now. So he's got the 3rd down work, and he's going to mix in with Stevenson to start. Stevenson is not good. He was benched twice last year. So Henderson could just really run away with this in the second half of the year. He could just go nuts. I love Henderson as well. Harvey, Sean, the thing is, the Broncos want to utilize 2 running backs. I saw a report saying that J.K. Dobbins is the starter right now. I think that'll change at some point. Dobbins is always injury prone, but I'm benching Harvey at the moment.
That breaks my heart because I'm a real Harvey believer. The Dobbins thing is a bit of a buzzkill, but I got to stick to my guns, man. That's the guy I believe in. That's the guy I'm taking to prom. I got to stick to him, man. I got to stick to my guns here. But Travion Henderson, I don't have as much stock in. That could be my big regret. But I'm just really getting that Hampton buzz. In fact, I'm in this big money league, which I drafted in, I think it was end of April. It was a 2K buy-in league for a chance to win $1 million, and Hampton's not on it. And I'm having trouble sleeping. So I want to enter another 2K buy-in, try to draft the same team, but implement Hampton. I'm just really having trouble sleeping, not having Hampton on my team. I like it, man, because the Najee Thorne was bothering me. And now I know that I just am feeling that he's not going to be as much of a threat with this eye thing.
Yeah, that was bothering me too. But apparently he couldn't walk before a couple days ago. So he's nowhere near playing. I'd be shocked if he plays even this year.
Yeah, he screwed himself at a fireworks event. All right, 4th of July fireworks. Just sad, man. All right, next one here. We got two good ones. Let's wrap this up. Puka, St. Brown, Nico. I'm just going to rip this, man. I am 100% kicking him to the curb. Puka Nakua. Gone. I just don't like him. He's basically bowing down to Devontae Adams. I don't like him. I don't trust him. Injury is a concern. I am benching St. Brown. I think it's going to be a mediocre offense. Not a mediocre, sorry, I shouldn't say that. A diluted situation where they're going to lack that Ben Johnson upside, this offense. I'm just not as excited as I was last year. I think he's going to be safe. And then you got Nico. As long as he stays healthy, he could absolutely crush it. I think Higgins is going to be there. From what I hear, those guys are both tall. Feels like a basketball team out there with the rookie Higgins and Nico Collins. They look like the Twin Towers out there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to be distributed. But Nico to start. I still am concerned about his injury history. St. Brown bench, Puka cut. Are you on the same page there?
I am. I do want to cut all three guys. I really don't have any interest in them. Like, I'm not drafting these guys. That's what I'm talking about. Like with Brian Thomas Jr. Like, I'm drafting him over all three of these guys. But for the sake of this game, I would start Nico just because of the upside. Really worry about the team. You have three things. You have just the offensive line, a big issue. They were ranked as the worst offensive line in the NFL, and I forget who did it this offseason, but they definitely are not nearly as good. And then like Laramie Tunsil's gone. So this is going to be the first time the CJ Stroud is playing without Laramie Tunsil. So he's going to be worse. And you have CJ Stroud, who had a shoulder issue earlier in the offseason. So I just don't know about him. So, and plus the injury stuff with Collins, like there's so many red flags here just staying away, but I like him better than the other guys. Bench St. Brown, talked about Detroit before. I don't trust the team at all. I'll call them a mediocre offense, like especially compared to what they were before. They had the toughest schedule in the NFL. And Jared Goff has to play outdoors unlike last year. He only had 2 outdoor games last year. He has like 5 in the last 2 months. Like, it's going to be pretty brutal, especially in the fantasy playoffs. So stay away from St. Brown, but I am definitely benching or cutting Puka Nakua. And Matthew Stafford's one of the main concerns here. Like, you talk about Puka, but like Stafford, he has back issues, and from what I've heard, he has problems just like walking around right now. So
not good.
I'm someone who has back issues. Like, I know how it feels. I couldn't imagine playing quarterback. Obviously, not a professional athlete, but like if Stafford is having issues walking, with Najee and Stafford can't walk right now. So I don't want anything to do with the Rams at the moment.
I think Stafford and Najee are just gassing up the boat, the motor boat, and they're going to be the pirates of the NFL there.
I can't wait to watch that movie. It's going to be great.
All right, final one here. It's a tough one. And again, I'm not high on these 3 receivers either, and I'm not going wide receiver early anyway. So I agree there. We got Bijan, a.k.a. Bijan, a.k.a. Bijan. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, and then we got Genty. This is a real tough one. I've got my answer here. I'm just going to rip right through it. We got Bijan. I'm going to bench him. I'm going to start my guy Genty. I'll tell you why. And I'm cutting Gibbs. This is a hard decision. And I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I guess your biggest risk would be Genty because there's the uncertainty that he's a rookie, but the volume's going to be there. The talent is there. I have no doubts. Because I'm invested in him heavily, I can't say to myself in my mind now, I'm going to cut him or bench him. So I'm starting Genty. I'm going to bench Bijan, and then I'm going to be cutting Gibbs. And I love Gibbs. Don't get me wrong. Trust me. But as long as Montgomery's healthy, I still think he's going to be an annoying thorn. And from what I'm hearing, like I've said this before, in training camp, Gibbs is running out with first team. Usually Montgomery would run out. They're running Gibbs more. They're seeing more Gibbs on the field. But I think the team is finally seeing what I saw from day one, and they want their best player out there. And it's a new offensive coordinator, so maybe he's going to run Gibbs as a workhorse. But as of right now, if Montgomery's still going to be a thorn, I don't like that. There's just less of a threat for volume takeaway with the other 2 guys. So start Genty, bench Bijan, cut Gibbs.
I'm starting by Jan. You could take him number 1. I think in like best ball, you could argue not so much, but like definitely in redraft, you definitely take Bijan number 1. So I'm starting Bijan or Bijan, whatever you want to call him. I'm benching Jahmyr Gibbs. The Montgomery stuff I think will go away because Ben Johnson's gone. Plus, they're going to be playing from behind a lot more, which means Gibbs is going to be catching passes and Montgomery is just not going to be on the field. I think Montgomery, out of every Detroit player, is taking the biggest hit this year. So I have like zero Montgomery. I have no interest in him at all. Like he's going like 6th round. I wouldn't take him in the 8th. Like I just think that he's just gonna fall off a cliff. And then I'm cutting Genty. Sorry to say, but like we talked about Charlie Campbell, the most accurate NFL mock drafter in the world. He's the one who brought us to the Thornton stuff ahead of time. He talked to the same Raider sources he has, and he came away telling me that he wouldn't take Genty until the 3rd round in fantasy drafts, just because Genty is not going to play on 3rd downs. And it wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm just saying that like Pete Carroll is going to make a lot of enemies because I think in week 1 you're going to see like Raheem Mostert on the field way too much.
Oh, I'm going to lose it. If I see that, I'm going to lose it. I'm telling you right now.
It's like 2 years ago when people were taking Bijan, Bijan number 1, and then you saw Tyler Algier on the field. Now I know that billionaire Arthur Smith is not there, but Pete Carroll has a history of this. Like Pete Carroll has had 1st round running backs before that he's not used at all. Like Rashad Penny was drafted in the 1st round. He barely played. Now, Genty is going to be playing a lot more than Penny. Obviously, I think maybe 2nd half of the year is going to be a lot better than 1st half of the year. But I just think that like first 5-6 weeks, you're just not going to see the volume that you really want with Genty. Plus, they don't really trust him on 3rd downs. So it's kind of like the opposite of Henderson, where like Henderson is absolutely going to play 3rd downs, but you don't know about the early down work. Genty's probably going to play 1st, 2nd down, mixed in with Mostert, and then 3rd down you can see Mostert at least for the first 4, 5, 6 weeks.
I hope not. I hope you're wrong, and I feel that Charlie Campbell is going to go hang out with Connor if that's true. I'm going to be really pissed at Connor and Campbell. So
Charlie moves lines. I trust Charlie moves lines. Like we had him on for a draft show. His top draft bet was plus 230 when he came on, and then by the time the show was over, it was plus 130. Like he moved the line that much.
Well, I'm hoping he's wrong on this particular metric here. So no one's 100%. If he's going to be wrong about anything, let's make it be about Genty.
That's true. Yeah, no one's perfect. That's true.
Yeah. So that's it, man. That's it for this. Bijan, Gibbs, Genty. I love Genty. I still think, I might be annoyed. Hopefully I'm not, but I still think he's going to get a ton of work. They're going to play their best player, man. I just can't imagine them not doing that. They're here to win. They've got enough talent to win this year. Go Raiders. That's why I got a Raiders hat, even though I'm wearing my Eagles hat today. All right, so that's it today, man. Walter, man, thank you for coming out. Check out walterfootball.com and anything else you want to say to our listeners who are in full force draft season right now.
Well, definitely get 16 rounds from Joe and visit walterfootball.com for my content. We have fantasy rankings, sleepers, busts. I have players I love the most and hate the most in every round. I posted that article. We have picks against the spread during the season. I finished 7th in the super contest a few years ago, so we have some good picks there. We have some good futures too, like some good bets to make for the season. NFL mock drafts. We grade every signing, grade every trade. It's all free too, so check out walterfootball.com.
Go check it out. Thank you guys for being here. Have yourself a great day. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're out.